Okay, so what shall I say for the beginning? I am a teacher of English at Curie-Skłodowska University, and I teach students of different faculties English as a foreign language. And today I'm going to talk about the project I did last year with my students, with my speech therapy students. And the project was a part of the eLearner to Learn project. And I hope you will be interested in what we did and how we did it. The main aim of the project was to teach my speech therapy students how to use ICT, how to use digital media, online tools in their learning, in gaining materials from the internet, assessing them, sharing them with other students, how to collaborate with other students virtually via the internet and things like that. And of course to enhance their knowledge of English, to expand their vocabulary, their professional vocabulary, because their task was so it was strictly connected with the field of their studies. I decided to use the tools I like most. That is, I used Edmodo to manage the whole project, to enable communication between students and myself, to enable sharing materials and manage virtual groups. And the next main tool which was used was Glogster, which is kind of a graphic blog, and we used it to create the final product of our project. That was a digital poster packed with multimedia, with some films, audio files, some attachments, external links and things like that. During the work on the project, my students learned a lot how to manage their time, how to assess materials, how to edit them. They need to be creative to fulfill the tasks given. They learned how to work with other students, which was not always easy. They learned how to motivate themselves, which was even more difficult. However, they were quite enthusiastic at the end, and they gained this confidence, and they would like to do it again if they have an opportunity to do it. For me, it was quite easy to monitor their work, to facilitate their work, to moderate what they did, to help them not only in class but also when they were at their homes. The big challenge was at the beginning, when I had to prepare quite clear and at the same time detailed instructions of the project for the students. Plus I had to prepare lots of tutorials how to use the tools. I need to try the tools myself, whether they work or not. And I think that another challenge was to motivate students through the project not to give up. And I must admit that in some cases I failed. Some students didn't finish the project, but on the whole they were pleased, but 2 or 3 students didn't finish the project. Well, I think that all the project met my expectations. My students did learn what they were supposed to learn. They are now much more competent in using digital tools, and I learned a lot because I also learned how to overcome such obstacles as, motivating students through the project. This great experience could be recommended to other teachers, because I myself use ICT a lot and my students love it. I use it in class and I use it just after classes and all the time, because my students do internet projects, and we do some in-class projects with the use of computers and internet a lot. and they have fun, and they can see that learning is not just hard work, but it is also fun, and you can use it very effectively because you can use it in your studies, because they learn how to organize materials, how to store materials, which can be used later in the future, might be reused and changed. So this is really important. I think in the future I should check whether all my students are quite comfortable with computer and internet, because it turned out that some of them were really not very good at it and they needed some help. So it would be good to check how good are they in it. And I think that I should have access to a computer lab, which I hadn't. And I think that I will try to organize myself somehow just to... The project went well and it was a success. I liked the project, my students liked the project, and I think that the form of the project was really well planned, and the idea that it should be a digital poster as a final product was excellent, because students loved the tool. Mm-hmm. Besides, they could say something and just record it and put it into the poster, and then I can display the poster in the internet and anybody can just watch it and see it and listen to it, we can say, yes. So it is a fantastic tool, and I think it could be always done. And I think that organizing students in virtual groups was also a good idea, because, well, they learned how to communicate with each other online, and it sort of came out naturally, this communication with the internet tools. So I think it was a good idea to organize it this way.